Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm not looking forward to doing this job today. This is an ugly job. Many of you would have done this job and you'll know what this job's all about. Let's get cracking.
Oh dear.
Oh, fire. You don't need a special tool, you need a special tin. Okay, so you find me stuck in this tiny little gap here in between the wall and the car. It literally is, you can see I'm wedged in here, it's shoulders wide. It's not very big. The reason I'm here is because I've got to deal with something that the manufacturer did in the past. Let me turn you around. What you see in here, obviously you can see I've done a repair patch at some point here, but what you see in large parts of here sprayed in is ugly, kind of like hardened, rubberized coating. Now there's obviously some ugly parts underneath here and we've really got to investigate, but in order to do that we've got to get this off. There are some ugly parts of this and there are some really ugly parts of this. Obviously when I put the roll cage feet in I never went back round and touched this up, you know, lesson learned. But I've got to get this all off. It doesn't grind out easy, it doesn't scrape out easy. And I really want to see what the situation is here before I go too much further, because if I've got to do repairing here, I want to deal with it. Let's break out the blowtorch. Now, because space is limited, I don't know how much of this you're going to see. Basically, I'm going to cook it with a blowtorch, and once it's gone all crispy and soft, I'm going to buzz it out the way with the wire wheel. So hope you enjoy this, because I'm not going to. I've not looked at my face yet. Pretty sure it's got crap all over it. I can feel it in my hair. It's just, it kind of gets everywhere. But on the plus side, the arch does look a lot better than expected. Okay, so here we are in the now stripped arch. I flatted back some ugly weld there, but I'll be honest, there's actually nothing more than a bit of surface rust there. It's all good up here. A little bit of pitting at the top there, but again, nothing unexpected. This is all surface rust. It's actually, well, it's starting to get to the point where it's eating through the rest of it, but it's not so bad up there. I've gone all the way around as much as I can. Well, to be fair, I've gone around all of it. If you look up, it's all really good. So what I've done now is it's bare and coated in rust killer, and I will give it a quick coat of primer before the rain comes this evening. So this has been stripped bare, back to bare metal, and then coated with some kind of paint to kind of stop it from going rusty. Like I did at the front end, it will be the rust inhibiting one, because dear God, that's what this car needs. Having kind of found a method that works now for this, I will carry on over the rest of the car. I want to get back to bare metal because I wanted to see if there were any bits where even like the paint underneath was kind of hiding stuff, and there was a couple of spots, especially in the corners of the arches, and I can't really show you now because it's all kind of rust killery black, but I mean, I'll do my best. Up here there was some what we can call more substantial surface corrosion, especially in this corner here, as the top part of the arch lips in. Yeah, there was light surface corrosion in here. There was a couple of little spots here where the paint had been burned off when I welded the plate on for the roll cage, and obviously never dealt with it. But down here, a couple of little spots down here, and there was a couple of little spots at the back, but really that arch is pretty good. So I'm now going to carry on with the heel board and this little bit above it, which is probably going to be even nastier, but still, we persist. Oh yeah, look at the pile of stuff that came off. All that weight there is now no longer of the car, so as much as I'm protecting from rust, I'm also removing unnecessary weight. So I've come back out, it's now sort of just gone 9 o'clock, so I'm obviously keeping my voice down a little bit, but yeah, let me show you what I got up to. So as you saw me scraping away under here, I found actually, because it was all flat, or largely flat, that scraping was actually a really good way to get this done. So as much as there's a lot of char marks and everything, and I haven't even got the wire wheel on here to take off the last few bits yet, and I didn't really get underneath all the way up here. I kind of ran out of time, but I've got most of it off, and as you can see, there is a substantial pile here of the junk that came off the car. Yeah, so I'll give it a wipe over with a cleaning rag and get everything off that I can, but I think I'm going to continue like this underneath the rest of the car, because this stuff just seems to be everywhere, and in places I thought that there was a really bad bit of rust, I spotted something, as you can see just here, and all that stuff had lifted and was looking really bad, but actually scraping it up, it is only surface rust there, which is, if I zoom you in so you can see, so yeah, it looked really bad, but once I'd got the coating off, actually really wasn't. So there's a few spots like that I've come across. There was another one See, I thought that's going to be a really bad spot, and it actually wasn't. So I'm going to take a bit of time here on this to get this done right. So I've got to get underneath all of this shit. Well, so there's a little bit there and a little bit there, and a bit of surface rust on here. As you can see, obviously the bit where there's rust in the boot for underneath, you've got a strengthening plate, a second strengthening plate, you've got the boot floor, and then on top you have the triangulation piece to the arch. Now my rust is in this top layer, so rather than pull the whole boot out, what I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to very gently cut the dead bits out of it, clean up what's underneath, kill it, put some primer on it, and then put a little plate over the top of that bit there, because it's the only bit of rust. And I'll be honest, it is just, there's two little holes here, and yeah, so I think it'd be overkill to try and replace this whole section with all the layers that are with it, and partly because the idiot that owned this car, oh no, it was me, plated and welded over this bit, so I'm going to have to cut this all out here. I just don't fancy that. It's not that, yes, it's where a subframe mount is, but if I kill the rust, clean it, and then reinforce it, that's as good as cutting out. And hopefully then it will stay there for many years to come, until I decide to put a boot floor back in at some point. Again, this up here looks ugly, it's just surface rust. So I'm going to put a standard boot lid back on, regular lock and all the rest of it. It'll be an aluminium tank, but I plan to put an external filler on and just have like an aero style filler on the back corner, so that it's regular easy fill ups. But I'll leave the video there. I'll see you on the next one, and thank you very much for watching.